Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. Time for another G.I. Joe toy review. Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite vehicles from my childhood. This one is actually the one from my childhood. Thought I had lost it, but when I was moving and found it in a box in my parents' garage. Thought it had been stolen with a few other things that were stolen out of their garage. And I was so happy that I was able to recover it. It is the 1986 Devilfish. I can't say enough good about this vehicle. I know it's really popular amongst collectors, but it's also a bane with a lot of collectors. It's tough to find one complete, and when you do, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. And we'll cover that in Byron's Gripe segment. I didn't have this when it first came out in '86. I got it in for the Christmas of '88, and I'll tell that story here in a second. My first exposure with it was my friend John. John Hancock was his name. I was with him the night that he bought it, and it was just the coolest thing out there. I helped him put it together, and we took it out to his grandmother's house the following morning and went swimming. It was really neat playing with that in the swimming pool. It does float. I won't demonstrate that because I live in the desert and don't want to just fill up a bowl of water for the demonstration. You have to conserve water. The water table is actually really low out here. It's getting dangerously low. So any amount of water I could save, I'll be happy. So I promise you it does float. So yeah, John and I played with this in the swimming pool, had a great time with it. And it was one I did not get brand new, but for the Christmas of '88, my mother bought a bunch of G.I. Joe toys from a co-worker. Her son didn't want them anymore, and they were all in really, really good condition. That year, what did I end up getting? A hydrofoil, the Night Raven, the Devilfish, several action figures. I can't remember everything that I got that year, but it was a good year for G.I. Joe. Oh, and a Conquest too. All of that came from her co-worker. So I cleaned up, my brother and I should say, we cleaned up that year on G.I. Joe. So it was good to finally have a Devilfish in my collection. And this one is missing a few of its decals from sitting in a very hot garage all these years. And so the decals just melted off. So I had to get some glue remover and clean the goo off of it. So the Devilfish, it came out in 1986, and it was discontinued in 1988, so it had a pretty decent run for those 2 years. It originally retailed for $3.39. It first made its comic book appearance in issue number 47 of the Marvel run, And it appeared a few times in the Sunbow animated series, which was really neat to see it out there. Of course, they had to promote the toy, so they squeezed it into a series. There is a box variant. One was just the plain box, and the other one had a Sergeant Slaughter promo. So I'll pull all of those up for you. So on the comic book cover, it was a very nice action pose. I really like that art on there. It showed Beachhead in wetsuit and General Hawk sitting on the Devilfish, giving Cobra a way to go. That is actually one of the more popular, from my understanding, one of the more popular comic book covers. And you can see on the box in the lower left hand corner is a Sergeant Slaughter promo. I apologize for the pictures not being real clear. They're a little pixelated. I uploaded those from yojo.com, so the pictures aren't all that fantastic. But yeah, the box art is really cool as well. I wish I had the box. It's pretty iconic, I think, at least in my circle of one. I like the box art on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this vehicle. There is a lot to go over with it as far as commonly missing pieces and easily broken pieces. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Alright, so here it is, the Devilfish in all of its glory. I love the color scheme on this. It's very, very nice. The orange stands out, kind of reminds me of a Coast Guard vessel. It's going to, so that's kind of a throwback to the Coast Guard. So you want it to be visible. They're out there to rescue you. And you also want this to be visible to the other Joes out on the water, so they know where you're at. As we know that in the ocean, you're just a little speck. So you do want to be a little more visible out on the water, unless you're doing a night landing. And I'm sorry, I should have dusted this off before I displayed it for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the commonly missing pieces. It comes with these 4 missiles. These are easily lost. They have a slot right here on the bottom that just slot onto these pegs. These break off real easy. No particular order that these missiles go on. They all mount on the front. These hoses here in the back are commonly missing. The removable engine covers come on. What is a G.I. Joe vehicle without a removable engine cover for the motorheads out there and the Hasbro design team? I always enjoyed the removable engine covers because they're removable and they cover engines. Now, we used to play with that feature quite a bit. The engine cover has some nice detail on it. There we go. This is slotted, kind of a soft gray plastic, but thick, so it's durable. Really nice. It did have a decal here across the back. You can see there's still a little bit of glue on there. Now, they are identical. Doesn't matter what engine they go on. This link bar is commonly missing. Be careful of these tabs. Those are incredibly fragile. So please be careful with those. The torpedoes here at the bottom are missing, commonly missing as well. But these were also featured in a, well, I shouldn't say featured, but they were sold in a Battlefield accessory pack. See the nice decal on there. But they were green, which isn't too bad. It still looked good on there. They slot here on the bottom on a dumbbell peg. Pretty cool. The gun here on the front, it fits in there loose. Not commonly missing, but it does show up missing on an occasion. So looking at the features on this, we have the, oh, sorry about that, bumped the camera. We have the vents here in the front, and the warning sticker says auto fire. And a really cool Devilfish logo. That would make a cool tattoo or a t-shirt. I don't have tattoos, so I would have to get the t-shirt. G.I. Joe logo there on the back, or on the front. Really cool. I always thought that was a neat sticker. A fuel slot, missile launch. Why it says missile launch right there, I have no idea. And the number 4 on it, and another missile launch. An unlatched sticker for, I guess, for a service compartment. Oh yeah, this is a neat feature. One I hardly played with, but the engines lift up on this little bar right here. So if it's out of the water, you could start with the engines up and put them down to take off. I wish it had 2 propellers on the back. The Night Landing had propellers. Why couldn't they have done that with this? But it's still a cool feature. You know, we have these dual engines, so this thing is going to be really fast. Single seat cockpit. The seat is molded. Very nice design on there. It's sculpted. There was a sticker up here for the engine panel, but that had come out, and it has 2 foot pegs on either side for the action figures. All in all, it is a very nice craft. And that blue, or that orange and gray mode or color motif. Bottom it says 1986 Hasbro, Bradley Incorporated, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I guess at that time Hasbro took over Milton Bradley. A little scuffed up on the bottom from me pushing it around on the carpet. But yeah, it's a great toy. I really love it. The big bane right here are the hoses. Those are some of the hardest accessories to find, and they're not the typical G.I. Joe hoses. These are a lot thicker, but you can find them. You know, just go to your hardware store and look for hoses like that, and buy some. You know, if you're not looking for 100% authentic, that's the way to do it. Oh, also it has a joystick right here, but putting an action figure, let's just use short fuse here, sticking him in there, it's hard for him to put his hand on it just in the position that it's in, but it's pretty weird, but it still works. And it's hooked to this link bar that's supposed to operate the engines. But pretty nice all in all. Great vehicle to play with, to collect. Displays really well. And it's really neat to army build with this. Have several of them out there. You could also customize it, you know, paint it black for a night attack craft if you want. So there we go. Apologies for that. It didn't come up. I forgot that the software's format is not supported on my software. Since HCC 788 announced it, I will be a part of Cobra Convergence this year. I had a brief, one of my videos was shown in Cobra Convergence 2. It's one of my stop motion videos. So I will be doing a review for this year's Convergence. So stay tuned for that. It'll be the first Tuesday in July when I will be up. So I hope that you enjoy that. It's one I've been really looking forward to. A toy I've been saving just for this, for that opportunity. So since he made that announcement, I can say it. Yes, I will be in Cobra Convergence this year. So let's go ahead and get into my favorite segment, Byron's Gripes. Yes. Byron's Gripes. So, looking for a Devilfish. They are out there. They're readily available. It had a 2-year run, but finding one complete, especially with those little black hoses, it will be a little difficult to find. Not too bad, but it's a little bit harder. So one that's incomplete. It goes from $8.99 to $29.99, mostly missing the missiles. One had the tabs broken off. There is one that's going mint in box, $1.95. That it's a little high, but if you're a mint in box collector, I'm thinking it would be a pretty decent price. Yeah. But I honestly would not spend nearly $200 on a single toy. The torpedoes are $1.50 each. You could get a complete set of the missiles and torpedoes for $12.99. Little bit on the high end, but the seller did drop that price down. And I noticed there are a lot of the prices for this that have dropped down, so that is nice. People are starting to reduce the prices a little bit more. You want one incomplete with the box? I'll put this up with the deal of the day, $39.99. It's just missing a few of the missiles, but you could buy those and you'll have a box for 40 some dollars, maybe 45, 46 bucks with change. Not bad. The gun, the top mounting gun, $175 to $319. Yeah, $319 was another one that had dropped down in price. But still, that's a little bit expensive for that. Be careful with the tabs on those guns too. Those tabs can break off. The blueprints, $2.99 to $4.25. Not bad on that. That's actually pretty cheap. The engine without the cover, 99 cents to $1. Okay, I would go with that. No cover. That's very common. Very common to get those without the cover. Missiles are $1 each. Complete with box, $68.13 to $95.99. Wow, $95.99. I mean, you could. It's still cheaper than the mint and box, but still. Really, guys? Jeez. Just because it says G.I. Joe does not make it expensive, especially for something like this that is so common. It had a 2-year run. Yeah, granted, the boxes are a little hard to come by because people, they got torn up, they got thrown away. Oh, I tried saving the boxes, but my mom was quick about throwing that stuff away. You know, I run for that junk. Little did she know they'd be worth a lot of money. Uh, so 68, yeah, that's okay, but 95 is a little expensive. And again, these are all fixed prices right off of eBay for my new subscribers. Again, thank you for subscribing. I just use eBay. Otherwise, I would spend hours researching prices. So eBay is the quickest. It's the site that I usually go to. And I'm sure there are other auction sites out there that sell these a lot cheaper. But I just use eBay. It's not to pick on the people. It's not to pick on eBay. It's just a reference. I won't give you an auction price because those are fluid. They change. So I just use the fixed prices. And I do this segment to help you guys who are starting to collect again, that to know really kind of what to expect for prices out there, so it doesn't startle you, and also so you won't spend too much money on there and make the mistake that I had done. Spend a lot of money on something and find it cheaper somewhere else, which is going to happen anyway. But you know, when it was like an $8 difference, that's a lot of money. So you want one complete, no box, $14.99, deal of the day right there. Grab it, get on it. It is in excellent condition. I've dealt with this seller before. Very honest person. They shipped quick. So $14.99 to $32.78. That's on the higher end of the spectrum, but still a decent price. Engine covers, 99 cents to $1.99. 2 torpedoes. 2 torpedoes. No, sir. $10 to $11. I should say $9.95 to $11. No. No, those are... That's a bit much, especially when you could buy the torpedo for $1.50, buy 2 of them for $3 and pay shipping. They'll combine shipping on that, I'm sure. So why spend $10 to $11 plus shipping when you could spend $3 plus shipping? That's just a bit greedy. Both engines that are complete, but it doesn't have the link bar between them. The tabs are still connected. Again, watch for the tabs. Make sure that the tabs are on there. If you buy it and glue the link bar on there, it won't have that. It'll lose the swivel play feature where the engines move, because the bar will cause it to just move. Well, actually not move at all. So make sure that these tabs are on there. That's a pretty crucial piece if you want to maintain that functionality of that play feature. But if you just want to display it, glue it if you want, or go to Toy Polloi or even Retro Blasting and talk to them, see if there's a way you could rig something up to replace that tab. So the link bar, 99 cents. The seat, $1.99. The bar that the 2 engines attach to, the bar right here on the back to give you that up and down play feature. $2.99 for that. The back cover here, it's hard to see, but where the hose is attached to, $2.99 for that back cover. So people are taking these and it kills me when they do this, that they're taking a complete devilfish and they're tearing it apart and selling the pieces to make more money. Sacrilege. I mean, it's their item, but it's been complete all these years, and that's why I say sacrilege. It's an antique for one, and you just don't tear an antique apart and sell it. Yeah, it's a toy, but I mean, it was something that was together all those years, put together by some kid and enjoyed and loved and played with, and you're tearing it apart and selling it. I could see buying one incomplete and doing that, but tearing it apart, no. I just will not do that. The sticker sheet out there, there's a reproduction sticker sheet. They're selling for around $4.99. So that would be, they're very nice. So you could buy those and complete yours. Another thing I want to point out, that this gray plastic does tend to yellow a little bit over time. So be careful with that. That's a common flaw with the, as we know, with the gray, the lighter colored plastics, especially white. They do yellow, and there's no real definitive answer out there why these things yellow. You know, is it because of sunlight? Yeah, UV rays definitely do that. Is it the oils in your skin? Is it the plastic containers that you store it in? The chemicals from that? I would definitely say the UV rays and the oils and acids in our skin. Because even if you're a twin, our acid-base balance is different from individual to individual. It all depends on what you eat, you know, how much water you take in, because the water helps flush the acids out of your body. Some people just run more acidic than others. My dad, for instance, he would corrode on the older watches, he would corrode, the battery cover would corrode because his sweat was so acidic. So yeah, the acids in your skin, I would definitely say, play a role in that. So there are ways to prevent that. You could use silica packs to help when you store your vehicles, to help absorb the moisture in the atmosphere, to help dry the vehicle out after you touch it. Or after you touch it, you can wipe it down with soap and water, clean the sweat and oils off your skin. Don't store direct sunlight, you know, things like that. There are ways that we could protect these items to keep them safe for years to come, so future generations could enjoy them. So there you have it, guys. That's the Devilfish. I hope you enjoyed the review. It's a little shorter today. So please share this video. Let's help get the numbers up. The closer I get, when I reach 500, I will be holding a giveaway for all the subscribers. Also, if you want to become a channel supporter, I'm on Coffee. If you want to leave me a tip on Coffee, that'll include you on the channel supporter list. as well, if you want to send me something, don't feel obligated in any way to do that, but I'll have my mailing address listed down at the bottom in the description. If you want to send me an email, my email address will be down there too, and channel supporters will be a way to thank you. I'll hold a giveaway for my channel supporters as well. So that's it, guys. I really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up. YouTube does pay close attention to that. It helps me out as far as ratings and things go. If you want to give it a thumbs down, that's fine too. I take that as constructive criticism to try a little bit harder. I'll also look for me with Cobra Convergence next month. Really looking forward to that. I can't thank HCC enough for affording me that honor. I really appreciate it. His 4th year doing it, and that is by far the coolest thing that has happened in the G.I. Joe community. It's gotten a lot of reviewers' notoriety, and it's just a neat thing to do. Yeah, very brilliant idea. I'm not saying it because I'm part of it. I've always enjoyed seeing that. They have funny skits, and one year they did a really cool storyline, which was a lot of fun to do, to watch, I should say. So this has been Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Don't forget to be kind to everybody, and especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. You guys have a great day. Take care. See you next week for another excellent review. Hit that bell if you want to be notified right away. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, so it really is a shame that this only had one run. I wish a modern version would have come out. I didn't find anything in my research for this. You know, given the popularity of this toy, I mean, $3.39. You have a very cool toy for a little bit of pocket money. Excuse me, I'm running out of air here. So there we go. It's very small. Stores well, displays well. Kid could play with it in a bathtub, swimming pool. Take it out to the lake if you want, but be careful not to lose it. It's just a neat little toy. You know, very inexpensive. It gave the kids a vehicle that couldn't afford the bigger vehicles. It gave you something to play with and to have fun with. And like I said, it's a shame that we didn't get this in the vintage line, or in the modern line. I'm just dumbfounded given the popularity of this. So, like I said, I can't say enough good about it. It's a very unique piece. Really cool. I've always liked boats. Too bad the hydrofoil didn't float. I mean, the Cobra equivalent to that would have been the Night Landing, I think. But this one is obviously a lot faster. It's a high-speed attack craft. It's shown a few times in the Deke series, or not the Deke, pardon me, the Sunbow series. Cherry Coke Zero today. Very, I mean, it's iconic. You look at it, you'll know it's G.I. Joe. So, before we get into Byron's gripes, there's a quick commercial break. So let's go ahead and pull that commercial up.